Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Monday, February 26th, 2024, the last trading week of the February, because the Friday is the March 1st. So, at the beginning of the trading week, new trading week, let's just find out what's going on the economic calendar today. As you can see, I got only medium important and very important events here, and the first event is coming from the UK Bank of England MPC member Pill will give a speech at noon. Then we have the building permits data from the US, key event of today. Those building permits data are scheduled for release at 2 o'clock. At the same time, we got the German Buba Mauderer to give a speech, together with the German Buba president Joachim Nagel. 30 minutes later, 2:30, we got data from the Canada manufacturing sales and wholesale sales. At 4 o'clock, another very important event of today, new home sales is scheduled for release. Right, then 1 hour later, we got the ECB president Christine Lagarde to give a speech, 5 o'clock. 5:30, we got 2-year note auction from the US, and at 7 o'clock, we got 5-year note auction from the EU. So this is how the economic calendar for Monday looks like. So let's do the review of the majors. Euro dollar for our chart, this is the one that we start from, and as you can see, we got consolidation on the euro dollar. This is the horizontal consolidation just in between the demand zone and the local technical resistance located at 1.0840. So market has been trading like this since the Friday close, basically for all over the weekend. We've done the WXY complex corrective structure to the upside. We can even label this corrective structure even more complex as the WXY XZ, for example. Nevertheless, the point is there is no movement from bulls to the upside, despite the fact that the momentum is positive, despite the fact that the sentiment is still slightly bullish. It is slightly bullish because the market keeps hovering above the level of let's say 1.0808, which is the upper level of the demand zone. Only a valid breakout, first above 1.08 and 40, then towards 1.0888, would eventually change the outlook to more bullish, because for now there is nothing going on here. WXY is now done, so we can remove it. Market moved out of the channel, but there is no movement either to the downside, either to the upside. So is still market doesn't know what it wants to do, where it wants to go, despite the fact that we broke above this trend line already. So please keep an eye on the market developments on the beginning of the week, because it might get pretty intense after this this movement will be triggered, right? The movement to the upside or to the downside. For now, the downside is much more preferred, right? So euro dollar now. I think that the British pound should be the next one. There you go. For our chart of the British pound, looks very bearish. And as you can see, we recently even hit the internal trend line, the golden trend line. We hit it once here, and now we hit it just before the local high was made. So this is what I'm talking about. That golden trend line has been tested. Let me just move it a little bit higher. Let me just try to make it was something like this, I guess. So this movement here looks typically corrective in nature, and after this movement is completed, we should go lower, which means the US dollar should gain and the British pound should lose a little bit of the ground. Now we're trading above 200 200 is not important. 50 and 100 periods moving average. Okay, 200 is for the bigger time frames. We made the test of the level of 1.2691, 1.2708, because this is the supply zone, but the market was rejected. Again, bearish engulfing was made during this movement. So bears are very, very active on any spike above 1.2675, basically. Okay, this is where the bears are active. This is the level from which the bears are active, despite the fact that the momentum is still positive. It's not strong, but it's still positive. So the sentiment for the British pound is still positive as well. Only a sustaining breakout above this zone here. Let me just make it a little bit more visible. Let me just use the rectangle as usual. So we will do it, of course, that would be the red rectangle. So there you go. If we move this rectangle here, so you will get the idea where this zone is, more likely. Okay, so what I'm talking about is this zone. Only a sustained breakout above this zone, because it was tested so many times, would give us some sort of the extension to the upside. And please notice the orange trend line. The orange trend line will act as the dynamic resistance as well. All right, so because the market is not able to move above the supply zone, above the orange trend line, despite the fact that the momentum is bullish and the whole movement looks corrective in nature, what we should see very, very soon, and that applies to the euro dollar as well, is some sort of the breakout to the downside, back to the lows of the last week at 1.2533. So that's the outlook for this week, maybe even for today, maybe for tomorrow. British pound looks bearish. The next major we are going to talk about will be US dollar to the Japanese yen, and that is going to be quick, because as you can see, this pair doesn't do much yet. Because it doesn't do much, we can remove our trend line here, because we got the horizontal trend located despite this these levels here, 149.55 and the highs of 150.89. Since the high, maybe since the low was made at February 15th, 2024, we just move around the 50 periods moving average in a horizontal fashion. So the US dollar to Japanese yen is waiting for a trigger to move higher after the euro dollar will go down and British pound to and cable basically to go down as well. Then we should expect some movements to the upside. Then we should expect some spike to the upside. That should be done very, very soon. And last but not least, let's see what Bitcoin does all over the weekend. As you can see, we don't have any new high. The market is testing our old main channel upper boundary, and the recent low, maybe we should do the different markings. The recent low was made at $50,501. So that's not bad. We got this here. Okay, so that's the nice level. Nevertheless, we need some kind of an update after the weekend, so let's do it. Where are technical supports? One is definitely here. So this is the level we talk about, and we can make a zone because we got very, very nice and strong presence of the bulls. So we got the maybe narrow, but still we got the demand zone, of course, and this is the bearish engulfing, right? This is a bullish engulfing. Nevertheless, look at this. We just move horizontally. We've been moving like this since the highs at $52,071 were made. Then we test the demand zone. Then we go up, test the moving average. We don't do much here on the Bitcoin. Okay, so please stay focused, stay vigilant. The Bitcoin might continue the up move very, very soon. So our outlook for the Bitcoin, okay, is still to the upside. Let me just take my arrow. There you go. As long as we trade above the upper channel line, as long as we trade above the local demand zone, the outlook for the Bitcoin is to the upside. So that's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys tomorrow. Take care and bye bye.